formally welcome you to the 2022 Dr. Dorothy Pajan Student Leadership Award ceremony. We're so grateful that you're all here to support all of the nominees and just to be together in celebration. As I look around the room, 3 words come to mind: determination, community, and legacy. I see students, faculty, and staff that have given so much time and energy to the CASE community in an attempt to leave this place better than we found it. A desire to leave a legacy in our own way. Whether you were nominated for an award tonight, helped a student find an organization to join, spent extra time explaining a difficult concept to a student, supported an event, or simply spent time with another community member in their time of need, you contributed to our legacy, and you made a difference. Tonight is a night to celebrate a year of all your hard work and accomplishments as members of this community and recognize the impact that so many wonderful students, faculty, and staff have had on our campus. We are here to celebrate and take pride in one another and to also have fun. Before we begin tonight, please remember you're free to keep snacking on all the food throughout the event. It'll be here, and then also take some when you're done. For all the award winners tonight, please meet in the front over here at the end so we can get a picture of all the winners together. And lastly, now please join me in welcoming our Masters of Ceremony, Louis Stark, Vice President of Student Affairs, and we'll get this evening started.
Good. Thank you, Sam. And before I forget, I want to make sure we give Sam a tremendous round of applause for getting this all together today. So thank you. And good evening to everyone. It's just so great to be here together for the 2022 Student Leadership Awards ceremony, especially after a challenging few years celebrating remotely and through hybrid versions. This event, it's so great to be back together in person. As many of you know, the Student Leadership Awards were created by Dr. Dorothy Pajan in 1986 and named in honor to recognize her many contributions to Case Western Reserve University. During her 20-plus years here, Dr. Pajan worked tirelessly to recognize and honor CWRU's outstanding student leaders, and I'm excited and honored to be here tonight to help present these awards to some of our most outstanding students. This is absolutely one of my favorite events every year. It serves as a great reminder of the ambitious, dedicated, and talented students we have here at Case Western Reserve University, and the impact you make on our campus community every single day. As a student leader, you're in a unique position to make a difference. Through the work you've done, the skills you've learned, and the connections that you've made, you've put yourself in the position to make an impact wherever you feel called. And we're lucky you've chosen our campus as a place to put your leadership skills to work. These awards are designed to reflect both the significance of your achievements and our gratitude for your contributions. Nominations for more than 20 Student Leadership Awards are solicited from across campus, and winners are selected by committee. The nomination process encourages our campus to recognize students who stand out by having a positive impact on our community, bettering the lives of those around them, and who are overall extraordinary individuals. Being nominated is a true honor. Your fellow students, faculty, or staff members took the time to bring your names forward, knowing you're an exemplary leader. You'll notice that some of the awards we're handing out tonight have multiple winners. Our committee was so impressed with our group of nominees and had an incredibly difficult time selecting our award winners for tonight. I think this is a testament to our exceptional community of students and the faculty and staff who have made the effort to make sure your accomplishments are recognized. The high volume of nominations is truly a reflection of our great student leaders, their programs, and their organizations. You all add so much to our vibrant campus community, and everyone here is proud of your accomplishments and excited to celebrate you tonight. Can I ask all the nominees to stand so that we can congratulate you? All right, we will get the program going.
Hello, I'm Janice Gurda, Associate Vice President for Student Affairs, and I am so thrilled to be here. I'm going to go off my little script for a moment just to say that I so appreciate all the work you do and the piece that you have today in the continuity of the Student Leadership Awards. A very long time ago, I was sitting in your seat, figuratively, for some student leadership I did in the residence life area of the world, a little wink, wink over in that direction. And I am so glad to have and so honored to have you in that club with me being nominated for one of these awards. So tonight it is my great pleasure to get us started to present the 2022 Award for Outstanding Club or Organization Member. This award recognizes an individual who, through a non-elected position, drives the mission of the organization through a positive attitude, motivation, and high-quality completion of tasks and duties. Our recipient this year is both a member and a leader of several organizations on campus, contributing in different roles in different contexts. What they have in common is working toward inclusion for those with communication disorders and for women to be able to experience the sense of empowerment that comes with weightlifting. But her nomination comes from her role in a student group working to improve digital accessibility for students on campus with visual and auditory impairments. She motivates and organizes other students and created a manual for departments with training resources to improve digital accessibility in courses. This recipient's combination of people skills and organizational skills fuels the progress and accomplishments of her group. A nominator provided lots of enthusiasm. Caroline is top-notch, capital letters. Her leadership of 8 other students is so fantastic. I expect that we will exceed our goal. She is amazing. The Outstanding Club or Organization Member Award goes to Caroline Paraby. Oh, no, do you want over this one? Sorry, first one, we're getting it down. Do you want her over here? Okay. You want me in? Okay. I am also delighted to present the 2022 Award for Outstanding Club or Organization Officer. This award is bestowed upon an individual who serves in an executive role in a university-recognized student organization, going above and beyond responsibilities to consistently improve the organization, making our campus a better place, encouraging others, and creating partnerships on or off campus. This year's recipient has worked on some of the issues that probably face most student organization presidents nowadays: restarting an organization after the limitations of COVID, making sure members know what's going on, taking care of the logistics that allow the group to meet and do their thing. For this president, that meant doing the legwork and reaching out to recruit new members and keep them engaged. She collaborated with other organizations and planned out ways for potential members to try things out for fun, resulting in almost tripling the number of regularly attending members. Beyond organizing, she knew that new members stay because of how they feel. She met them at activities fairs, demonstrated how-tos, and taught them how to care for equipment and use proper form, and set an example with her own steadfast presence, and even became a certified driver to help with transportation when the original plans fell through. Even more, she made the space safe and inclusive, organizing a playlist for music in a way that all could contribute and scheduling team dinners every Friday. In the words of a nominator, Aubrey is very dedicated to Archery Club. She deserves recognition for all the work she puts in to make sure everything runs smoothly. She makes sure our club is successful now and in the future. In recognition of outstanding dedication and leadership, the Outstanding Club or Organization Officer Award goes to the Archery Club's Aubrey Mayer.
Hello, and welcome, everybody. I am Suzanne Leach of the Student Activities and Leadership Office, and this year's Outstanding New Student Organization of the Year has made a huge impact in its relatively short time on campus. This club was founded right before the start of the pandemic, and since then has already accomplished huge milestones as a new diversity-based organization. This past year, with planning, numerous programs, and major mentorship events, has helped increase the attendees. These events have turned a small club to one of the most successful clubs of this year. Aside from the events and statistics, the most important key to the club's success has been the community of the LGBT and students that have been united. For their commitment and dedication, please join me in congratulating this year's winner, Outstanding New Organization, the OSTEM at CWRU. Oh, that's right. Sorry. Fail already. Okay, so this has been an incredible active year for today's honoree for Outstanding Student Organization of the Year Award. At its core, this organization is driven by its three pillars: advocacy, programming, and leadership development. Throughout the last year, the organization has made momentous strides in each of the three pillars towards helping every CWRU resident love where they live. The organization is one of the few, if not the only organization on campus that values advocating for students and bettering the residential experience and creating fun, engaging campus events for anyone to enjoy. I'm so honored to announce the Outstanding Student Organization of the Year Award to Residence Hall Association.
Here you go.
Good evening. I'm delighted to be able to present tonight's award, the Outstanding Supplemental Instruction Leader. And this will be presented to the SI leader who has made an outstanding impact on students regarding course understanding and who demonstrates superb leadership and professional skills. By all accounts, tonight's recipient is a dedicated mentor and collaborator, credited with helping many of his fellow students succeed. His patience, encouragement, and flat-out knowledge have been instrumental to the success of so many at Case Western Reserve. But more than that, his sincere desire to help people, to create a safe space to ask questions, and to learn. This has been truly remarkable. One student said, quote, "Every supplemental instruction leader needs to take notes from this person." Said another, By the end of the semester, we were all able to call him a friend as well as a mentor. Congratulations, this year's outstanding supplemental instruction leader is An Pham. An is a senior chemical biology major in the College of Arts and Sciences, and we are just waiting to see what else you can do. An? Well, we're all waiting for him to arrive this evening. Thank you.
I am so happy to serve as a proxy for Jennifer Brown, who's the Director of Graduate Student Engagement, who was unable to join us this year due to family commitments. The following, however, has been written by her to celebrate our recipients. I believe there is no greater compliment than a nomination being submitted by fellow students. This recipient was not just nominated by one, but 3 fellow students, which clearly demonstrates just how much of an impact this recipient has made in their school. They were described as someone who always tries to keep the students' spirits high through friendliness, positivity, amazing listening skills, and their ability to engage all students whenever they are around. This recipient has championed many issues within their school, such as health insurance, student stipends, and the strengthening of communication with the dean of the college. Because of his hard work and dedication, we are thrilled to award Cameron Griffith the 2021-22 Outstanding Graduate Student Organization Officer. The organization nominated for the new graduate student organization was created last spring. One nominator wrote, "It is remarkable that this organization came into being during the pandemic at a time when most existing student organizations were struggling to remain active. This organization helped revitalize the graduate program by creating a guest speaker series for the department, which hosted underrepresented minorities to speak about negotiating their scientific career from their own personal experience." The nominator also said, "This series improved the quality of our departmental seminars and colloquia by bringing many excellent speakers and making our events more inclusive." But they did not stop there. This group created a mentoring program for first-year graduate students in the fall, and this program pairs incoming students with an individual faculty member and a peer mentor to help them settle in and find their way in a new academic program, a new city, and to combat the isolation particularly experienced by new graduate students, even more specifically during a pandemic. Congratulations to the Physics Underrepresented Minority Graduate Student Association. They are the recipient of the Outstanding New Graduate Student Organization. The recipient of this year's award for Outstanding Graduate Student Organization is a strong and undeniably impactful group. One nominator wrote, "This organization stepped up to create a community after a year of remote classes. The student leaders worked to restore traditions and then created new ones so the students could have more memories other than stress. Our recipients strengthened the school community and created a student organization space where student leaders could meet and coordinate initiatives and events. Other achievements included the creation of a student emergency fund, food pantry, and a mentoring program. Please join me in congratulating the Student Bar Association as the recipient of the 21-22 Outstanding Graduate Student Organization.
Good afternoon. I'm John Killings, the Director of the Office of Multicultural Affairs. I'm here to present the Dignity of Difference Award, which is presented to a student organization or program for efforts that have embodied the institutional core values of diversity, inclusion, and enhance the campus climate related to race, ethnicity, gender identity or expression, sexual orientation, religion, culture, disabilities, and wellness. The winning organization has been able to create a sense of community among Black women-identified students on campus. Their events, like the one nominated, serves as a safe place for its members to gather together and talk about issues directly impacting Black women. The Sister Circle series has been an opportunity for Black women to find support and find people who relate to their shared experiences. Topics at the Sister Circle series include Black hair, love and relationships, domestic violence, stereotypes, and colorism. The nominator wrote about the series. She said it's been revolutionary, and it's been a place where fellow Black women know that they are being heard and supported. The winner of the Dignity of Difference Award is the Sisterhood. And just as a piece, due to a typo in their award, they're going to get your award shipped in, but we have a stand-in for you. So come on up. Congratulations for your actual chapter. Congratulations.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Betsy Banks, and I'm the director of the Center for Civic Engagement and Learning, and I have the honor of presenting both the Group Outstanding Community Service Award as well as the Outstanding Individual Community Service Award. And I also want to thank all the nominees. We were so impressed by the good work everybody's doing in the community, so thank you for that. So this year, we are pleased to have two organizations as recipients of the Group Outstanding Community Service Award. The first organization focuses not only on providing food, but also building relationships with people who are often marginalized by our society. Students travel each Monday evening to deliver meals to community members experiencing homelessness in Cleveland. And to enhance their effectiveness, the volunteers all participate in an orientation to build awareness of homelessness and its complicated causes. By delivering meals to community members who are not seeking shelter and by collaborating with other programs, including Northeast Ohio Coalition for the Homeless, this student organization helps extend the reach of local services to more community members, and it made it possible for them to sustain their work all through the pandemic. For its positive impact and focus on relationship building and awareness raising of a critical issue in our community, I'm pleased to present the Group Outstanding Community Service Award to Labra Homeless Outreach Program. The second recipient of the Group Outstanding Community Service Award increases access to healthcare globally by repurposing locally donated medical equipment. They repair and package priority medical devices for use in underserved regions around the world. During the pandemic, they also created a system to send out materials to Case Western Reserve University students so they could assemble additional PPE that was in high need in our local hospitals. This group has continued to build on their ongoing collaboration and sustained commitment to their partner organization, MedWish International, as the organization has pivoted this spring to respond to critical medical supply shortages that have resulted from the humanitarian crisis in Ukraine. For their consistent involvement and ability to rapidly shift to make a positive community impact, I'm pleased to present the Group Community Service Outstanding Award to Crew MedWish. Okay, so this year's winner of the Individual Outstanding Community Service Award is someone who has been committed to community throughout their entire time here at Case Western Reserve University. They have volunteered in a variety of capacities, from leading weekly volunteer trips to planning and leading civic engagement events as a multi-year member of Cecil's Executive Council. The student has tutored refugees, local youth, and has completed the Civic Engagement Scholars Program each of 3 years. They are a founding member of the student organization Cleveland Liberty Expressions, which seeks to engage youth incarcerated at the Cuyahoga County Juvenile Detention Center in creative writing and book discussions. And this nominee chose to do their academic capstone on a community-based topic, which was studying prison reentry programs. As a testament to their civic engagement commitment, this student is currently a finalist for the prestigious year-long Cleveland Foundation Public Service Fellowship after graduation. For her deep dedication and leadership in so many areas of civic engagement, I am so pleased to present this year's Individual Outstanding Community Service Award to Hannah Macias.
I am always so excited to give out these awards. I knew Dorothy for many decades, and she loved this event more than anything that she did. And so it really warms my heart that this still continues to go on and celebrates you, all of you. So thank you so much. Tonight, I'm excited to announce 3 recipients of the Dorothy Pajan Outstanding New Student Event or Program Series. The reason this is so exciting is that it celebrates that even during a global pandemic, our stellar student leaders continue to think outside of the box. So thank you. Our first recipient you've heard about already. I'm going to share again some information. Initiated their Sister Circle series in February of 2021. This series consisted of several body meetings with fruitful discussions, many of which you have heard about, related to hair, love and relationships, domestic violence, stereotypes, and colorism. According to one nominator, it has been a dream to be able to have these discussions with fellow Black women and know that I am being heard and valued. They continue by sharing, the Sister Circle series has been revolutionary and is now something that will continue as a common practice in the organization. Please join me in congratulating the Sisterhood as a recipient of a new series or event program award.
So much. Thank you.
Our second recipient for the new series or event award has had a wonderful impact on the CWRU student experience. The mission of this organization is to unify and constructively address the concerns of men of African descent on campus. This organization strives to provide a strong network of support among Black males at CWRU by developing awareness of the issues Black men encounter on campus and around the greater Cleveland region. This organization this year is being recognized for an exceptional event which took place during Valentine's Day weekend. It was a collaborative event, and it was described by their nominator as a wonderful event which highlighted discussions on love and relationships. The event had a great turnout and participation. Please join me in congratulating the Brotherhood for Red Table Talk, a Valentine's weekend on special Black love. Our final recipient for the Dorothy Pajan Outstanding New Student Event or Program Series Award is recognizing a graduate student organization. The pandemic brought lots of stress and uncertainty. Student organizations often had to do a literal 360 spin to determine ways in which to engage students and provide them an outlet from classes. The recipient of this year's award did just that. The Graduate Student Council offered a 4-week series of virtual Chinese cooking lessons for the graduate student community. Each session sold out in a flash, and students seemed to really enjoy a bit of respite with food. Please help me in congratulating the Graduate Student Council on receiving the 21-22 Outstanding New Student Event or Program Award Series. The final Dorothy Pajan Student Program Award is for an established program or event. Our recipient tonight has been offering this wonderful event for many years. Each year, as a part of their efforts to make the campus a warm, welcoming place for Chinese students to connect while they are far from home and family, this organization sponsors a Chinese New Year celebration. Included in this wonderful night are performances, authentic food, and games. Our recipient goes to a great deal of effort to ensure that our students can enjoy a time of togetherness. According to their nominator, in 2022, as with 2021, the Chinese New Year celebration had to pivot to being online. And I think there were a couple aspects that makes this program exemplary. First, they gathered videos with warm wishes from faculty and staff so that students knew how much CWRU valued them. Secondly, this year they partnered with the Chinese Student Association for one big celebration for all Chinese students. Seeing these two groups come together after years of distance was massive. I'm so proud of this team for building that bridge and creating a program that all students could enjoy. Please join me in celebrating this year's recipient, the Chinese Students and Scholars Association, for their program, A Chinese New Year. Okay. It's such a pleasure to announce this year's recipient for the Glenn Nichols Award for Ethical Leadership. Our recipient is a fifth-year PhD student in the Department of Population, Quantitative, and Health Sciences, or PQHS. This individual created, organized, and now leads a diversity, equity, and inclusion learning group for the department. The PQHS largely studies human populations, particularly diverse and understudied ones, but rarely discusses DEI-related topics that would reflect in the work. When our recipients saw that the faculty and administration were not prioritizing a structured way to discuss these matters, they used their strong ethical leadership to make their own opportunity that would lead to improvements in the way science is done by faculty, staff, and students in the School of Medicine. According to their nominator, without direct support from faculty or administration, this individual saw a need and created an opportunity to fill it. Their ability to persevere and focus on the topics that they hold as essential is honorable and inspiring. Their leadership in building this learning group will have long-lasting improvements to the department, the School of Medicine, and the future of population-based health research. Please join me in congratulating Gwendolyn Donnelly as this year's recipient of the Glenn Nichols Award for Ethical Leadership. Before I leave the stage, I do want to take a minute. I want to recognize one other very special person in the Crew family. Suzanne Leach, would you please stand? For 23 years, Suzanne has been an exceptional advocate for student organizations. She has always been willing to expedite financial matters for all of her student treasurers and presidents, order necessary modes of travel, make deposits, help them with a multitude of tasks associated with your programs. Suzanne thought nothing of stopping everything she was doing in order to assist. She has fought tirelessly to help all of the student organizations be the most successful at everything they wanted or needed. Suzanne is retiring next week. After 23 years of devoted service, she will be beginning a new chapter of her life. Suzanne, on behalf of the student leaders and members of the student organizations, thank you for all you have given.
Good evening. Tonight, I am pleased to be first presenting the group Spartan Spirit Award. This year's winning group, while well known on campus for their achievements on the local and national level, is a group that many may not immediately associate with the words spirit and pride. But I'm here tonight to share with you their story and the lasting impact they have left on so many here in the Crew and the Cleveland community. Many may know this group for their prowess on a national level, competing with schools from all over the country. This year alone, despite the ongoing pandemic, they have traveled to the likes of the University of Chicago and Harvard to compete with some of the most prestigious schools in the country. Besides the countless practices and tournaments that this group of over 100 student members embarks on in any given year, this group's energy can be felt here on campus through the annual high school conferences that they host. This organization's goal for each conference is to foster debate and leadership in the next generation of policymakers and leaders, while at the same time exposing countless high schoolers to everything great Crew has to offer. In doing so, this organization has done something special. As one nominator points out, their efforts and love of Crew have helped lead many high schoolers into future Spartans. Some of these high school students turned Spartans are here with us tonight, nominated for their own leadership award. The staffers for these events are not paid, but do it out of the love for their group and the promotion of Crew. Their charisma and genuine joy for their organization, fellow group members, and Case and the local community is exactly what showing spirit and pride is all about. The 2022 winner of the Group Spartan Spirit Award is the Case Western Reserve University Model United Nations. I now have the pleasure of presenting the individual Spartan Spirit Award. This recipient thoroughly exemplifies the true meaning of being a Spartan and embodies school pride through their engagement in and commitment to the campus community. This year's recipient embodies what it means to be a student who is passionate and truly in love with crew. This year's winner has championed for multiple student initiatives, including one this past year called A Day in the Life of a Crew Student, an initiative that highlighted students across the university as they depicted what they connected with and found amazing about this university. She took the lead on being involved in many large campus traditions, including Homecoming, Legacy Week, and Hudson Relays, just to name a few. As the nominator indicated, this person's enthusiasm is contagious and energizing. I've personally had the opportunity to witness on many occasions how this student always has a smile on their face and immediately lights up a room with positivity and encouragement. I don't think any words can sum up her impact better than the following statement from one of their advisors. She has a glass half full way of looking at all things, and when it comes to crew, she is 100% all in. When you think of pride, I think of this person. I am pleased to present the 2022 Individual Spartan Spirit Award to Sedona Jolly.
This evening, we will present two outstanding freshman awards. Our first recipient is a student who has risen as a leader dedicated to supporting students in her residence hall. Her leadership skills have grown a great deal over the year as she recognized the needs of the community council and the residents. She has worked to promote leadership development among the members on the community council. Her goal was to be sure everyone had a voice at the table, was heard, and students' interests and abilities were matched to the subcommittee that best suited them. Her goal was to create engaging events that the community would love, while still having fun as a council. Her nominator indicated she was able to cultivate a culture where everyone felt comfortable expressing their ideas and felt that they had the ability to execute those ideas. The result was programming that was engaging and educational for all residents. Some examples of programs are Disco Night, the Soup Bowl Party, Black History Month pamphlets, and she cares deeply about making the CWRU student experience as enriching and supportive as possible. Our first Outstanding Freshman Award goes to the President of the Juniper Community Council, Jay Shri Ramesh Babu. The second Outstanding Freshman Award goes to a student who serves as a representative on USG. As a first-year student, he has already made an impact on USG and the university community as a whole. His nominator stated, he is devoted to making this university a comfortable and inclusive place for all his peers, and he does so with compassion, energy, and a strong sense of self-understanding. This recipient has served on the Community Standards Initiative Work Group for USG, and he was a strong contributor to develop best practices and ongoing training to make USG and all student organizations under it stronger, inclusive communities. This student's primary goal is making CWRU a better place for all students. He is very much involved in the Black Student Union, the Brotherhood, and USG's Diversity and Inclusion Committee. I am happy to present our second Outstanding Freshman Award to Christopher Adams. Our 2022 Outstanding Sophomore Award is being presented to a student who was elected to an executive position on USG in the spring of 2021, but had not yet attended a USG General Assembly, nor did she know the structure of the committee she would even be leading. However, this self-aware student devoted her summer to training herself to be a highly effective leader at CWRU and worked closely with the USG advisor. She worked at developing relationships and partnerships throughout the university and created a vision board and followed it. As she took up the role of VP of her committee in the fall of 2021, she was ready to provide the leadership the committee needed. She has made significant contributions to the student population, partnered with UDC on countless initiatives, and has been a strong contributor to the USG Executive Board. On top of all of this year's recipient is also a star volleyball player. Her nominator said, "Once I got to know her and her role as an athlete, I began to understand where her drive and determination came from." Please join me in awarding this year's Outstanding Sophomore Award to the Vice President of Diversity and Inclusion for USG, Jennifer Ungo. This year, we have 3 Outstanding Junior Awards. Our first award goes to a student who is an active leader on campus. His nominator describes him as a servant leader and a diligent student athlete who is a thoughtful executive member, always trying to create a space that makes members feel welcome and comfortable. He is the founder of a new club sport and is dedicated to creating an organization where people of all skill levels can participate in the sport of jumping rope. He was a jumper in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade and competes nationally. He is also the treasurer and one of the founders of OSTEM, which provides personal, academic, and professional mentorship to individuals in the LGBTQIA+ STEM community. As treasurer, he has worked tirelessly to ensure that finances are in order and worked extensively with vendors for the Fall Drag Show. Our first Outstanding Junior Award goes to Brandon Ferraro. Tonight's second award for Outstanding Junior is being awarded to a student who has a drive for success. She is an exceptional student who works tirelessly as an advocate for marginalized student groups. She is a member of the Students for Justice in Palestine and serves as the Vice President for the Middle Eastern Student Association and as the Public Relations Chair for the Muslim Student Association. Her nominator stated she represents strength and resiliency, and within the Office of Multicultural Affairs, she has stepped up in changing the office for the better by widening the scope with student outreach and programming. She is an inspiring student leader in all that she does. Congratulations to Haneen Abdelnabi. Our third Outstanding Junior Award goes to a nursing student who organized a bone marrow swabbing event and offered it to the entire CWRU community. She is a smart self and substance leader, that's SMARRT, but smart also, I'm sure, and is a part-time research assistant. She brings the different aspects of each of these organizations into her role as Director of Nat Shadi CWRU. She partnered with SMART, the Cleveland Rape Crisis Center, the Mather Women's Center, and the CWRU Sustainability Club, as well as the various campus dance and cultural groups for gaining information and organizing an event dedicated to sexual assault prevention and awareness within the dance circuit for NDC CWRU, and focused on building a safe and welcoming competition for all participants. She led numerous dialogues for club members this year to create an open space for members to talk and discuss the topics of diversity and inclusion, as well as sexual assault prevention and awareness. The recipient of our third Outstanding Junior Award is Sampada Aurora. This year, we also had 3 Outstanding Senior Awards. Our first Outstanding Senior Award goes to a student who has made CWRU a better place due to her involvement in leadership. She has maintained strong academics while participating fully in the CWRU and Cleveland communities. As a student leader, she mentors a great many students, and according to one of her nominators, she teaches that to be a leader, one should be kind, humble, effective, thorough, and enjoy what you are doing in each role, serve others, and prepare others to take on the roles and responsibilities of the organizations. She has organized several opportunities to donate blankets and school supplies to Clevelanders in need. As an RA, she has created meaningful and engaging programs for her residents, such as the Self-Care Sunday series. Her nominator states her love for CWRU and the people here is what will transcend graduation most. Her love for her work will continue to live on in those she has mentored. This student has served as an RA, president of the National Residence Hall Honorary for 2 years, and has served as Model UN president for 3 years. I must point out, as you could see, many of those groups have won awards tonight. I know this student very well and am thrilled she's winning this. Our first Outstanding Senior Award goes to Joy Mason. Our next Outstanding Senior Award goes to a student who is committed to excellence and in creating a more welcoming and inclusive space within the organizations in which he is involved. He strives to connect each of his organizations together. He goes the extra mile by taking initiative to have a thorough understanding of the opportunities within CWRU, which allows him to facilitate connections between students and organizations across campus. His nominator states that his behavior role models excellent standards to rising student leaders and is what will influence them as they take on their first leadership roles. Along with being an RA during COVID, this student is also involved in the Black Student Union, the Department of Theater Curriculum Diversity Committee, CWRU Comedy Improv Troupe, CWRU Footlighters, and the Posse Foundation. As an employee in the LGBT Center, he engages with students in a knowledgeable, inclusive, compassionate manner, serves as a mentor to students, and connects students to organizations and services that are available. I actually heard this student give one of the best student remarks I've ever heard last evening. He always goes the extra mile for all. Congratulations, Ronnie Taylor. Our third recipient of the Outstanding Senior Award is a fourth-year nursing student and an RA who is committed to being the best possible leader. She is someone who is an excellent example of a caring, compassionate leader who puts the needs of other students before her own. She consistently seeks the best possible solution for all in times of conflict. According to her nominator, she takes time to think carefully before expressing her thoughts and is fond listening for a majority of the time, only expressing her opinion when she feels others haven't been heard. She is dedicated to representing a broad variety of student issues and concerns. This student was instrumental in forming a For a Better CWRU task force, which focuses on making CWRU a more inclusive environment for all students on campus. She serves as an excellent resource for her peers, as well as the CWRU administration, and provides outstanding leadership to the many committees that address student concerns in her role as USG president. Our third outstanding senior, and I am very pleased because I know her very well as well, is Sophie Villamara. The last award that I'm going to present is the Pat Kilpatrick Award, and the award is described in your programs. Before I read about it, I want to say that when I came 9 years ago, Pat Kilpatrick was one of the very first people that reached out to me. She had a storied career here in student affairs and ended as the first woman vice president and marshal of the university, and was just so kind to me. So every year I think of her fondly as I present this very special award. The Patricia B. Kilpatrick Award is presented to an undergraduate student who has made a great impact on campus through their personal character. This can be done through building bridges, breaking down barriers, demonstrating Spartan spirit, and having genuine pride for attending Case Western Reserve University. This year's winner has made an incredible impact on campus by going above and beyond as a leader, mentor, and a collaborator, serving as a dedicated member of the Residence Hall Association and the Donald J. Komolsky chapter of the National Residence Hall Honorary since her first semester on campus in 2017. As the National Communications Coordinator for both organizations, she is passionate about helping others grow and representing Case Western Reserve University and Spartan spirit on the regional and national levels, and pushing our students to become the best leaders they can be. On top of her work as a student leader, she also serves as a resident assistant in the upper class experience and was awarded the honor of RA of the Year. She was instrumental in helping define the role of the RA during COVID-19 and helped advocate to increase the stipend for RAs working during the pandemic. As one nominator put it, anyone who has worked with her will say one thing: she is what it means to be a leader and to be a Spartan. It's my absolute pleasure to present this year's Patricia B. Kilpatrick Award to Maddie Smith. Funny story off script. I saw Maddie in the grocery store today, and it took all my effort when she asked me if I was going to be here tonight not to tell her about this, but I did, and I did a good job. So now I'd like to take this time to introduce once again our Provost and Executive Vice President, Ben Vinson III. Provost Vinson has been a tremendous supporter of the student experience and really understands that coordination and integration between the class and out-of-class experience and what that means here at Case Western Reserve. So it's my pleasure to introduce Provost Vinson.
Wow. Before I read the citation from the final award I'll be presenting tonight, I've just got to say, as I've been sitting here at the table listening to all of the accomplishments, listening to all of the incredible citations of all the things that you have done in your time here and on your journey as you continue, for those of you who are not finished yet, I am just mesmerized. How can this be possible in a time like this? It's possible because of you and the resilient spirit that you bring to this university. I can't be more optimistic for the future, having heard what I've heard this evening. So one more round of applause to all of you. The award I'm presenting at this point is an award that's given to a faculty member who has made a significant contribution to undergraduate and graduate student life outside of their teaching and research responsibilities through advising students in clubs and organizations. This year's award goes to a faculty member who's been at Case Western Reserve since she was a graduate student in 1997. She is now a senior instructor in the physics department in the College of Arts and Sciences and the recipient of numerous awards in excellence in teaching and mentoring. She is also the lab director for the physics department's introductory teaching labs, which averages almost 800 students each semester. In fact, about half of all undergraduates on campus come through her labs. But today's award is about recognizing this faculty member because of her work outside of the classroom to enhance the student experience through the advising of student clubs and organizations, and she fits that description to a T. In addition to her teaching, she is also the advisor for the Case Western Reserve Figure Skating Club, with the mission to build a community of skaters of all abilities and promote the growth of figure skating on campus. The club, which tallied at last count over 400 members, is officially registered by the U.S. Figure Skating to compete at collegiate figure skating competitions. In her role as advisor, she helps her student athletes remain compliant, yet able to enjoy figure skating to its fullest. She also travels with the skaters to all of their competitions and oftentimes provides the transportation. Clearly, she is a devoted advisor. Her nominator said, quote, "Any incredibly busy faculty member who would carve out time to keep an organization fully engaged is one who cares tremendously about student engagement. She is so wonderful to this group and deserves recognition." We certainly couldn't agree more. It is my distinct pleasure to present this year's Outstanding Faculty Award for Student Development to Diana Driscoll. Now, those of you who recognize this doesn't look exactly like Diana, so unfortunately, Diana could not be with us tonight, but her nominator, Colleen Barker Williamson, will accept the award on her behalf. Thank you. For the final award tonight, it is now gives me exuberant pleasure to invite to the stage our new Commander-in-Chief, and certainly someone who has elevated our game in all aspects, President Eric Kaler.
Thank you, Ben. Before we honor the recipient of the President's Award this year, I want to add my congratulations to all of our undergraduate and graduate students who were nominated for a Student Leadership Award. Each of you is an inspiration, and each of you is an absolutely key part of our future. You don't have to read too many headlines these days to know that the world could use a few more people like you. People who are willing to step up and enact change, and people who are willing to stop and help when somebody needs it, and people who are simply willing to try. I want to thank you very sincerely for all of the differences that you have made in our campus community. For sure, the university is better for it, and I'd like to think that each one of you is also better for what you've done. So with those thoughts, I'm pleased to present the President's Award. It's our final award for the evening, and it's an honor that is bestowed upon a 2021-22 academic year graduating senior. The award recognizes a student who has demonstrated responsible and unselfish use of talent and leadership through their involvement in campus activities and throughout their undergraduate experience. Now, some of the previous award presenters have gone to great verbal gymnastics to avoid the name or even the gender of the winner until the very end. I have so much to say about this person that I can't do that. So I'm going to tell you that this year, the winner is Wintana Ayob. And I'm going to invite her to come on up here. Congratulations. Now I'm going to say a few nice things about you. So as a student, Wintana is a double major in biology and cognitive science. And as a human being, she is authentic and passionate. And she uses those powers for good things. Now, I should know, because I just met with Wintana last week in her role as president of the Undergraduate Diversity Collaborative. And she was pretty direct about expressing to me some of the changes she would like to see at our university. And I think that the word that best captures her energy and her passion is advocacy. She has been a USG representative, and she has served as USG's Vice President for Diversity and Inclusion. She's been a student leader on the For a Better Crew Task Force, a role that one person noted was her most critical because she kept the processes moving, met deadlines, and collaborated with administrators who could move the task force recommendations forward. As I mentioned, she's the current president of UDC. She's a member of the Alpha Chi Omega sorority and the Phi Delta Epsilon pre-med fraternity, where she serves as the social media chair. I've collapsed the 6 other pages of things I could tell you about this remarkable young woman, but I'll finish by pointing out that she's volunteered at US Together, which is a nonprofit that assists refugees. And in all of her leadership roles, there's been one constant. She's a champion of students of color and a champion of women, and she empowers them to find and use their voice. So here's what one person said about Wintana. With her clear sense of self, she was always able to provide an excellent example of how self-awareness and confidence works together to create authentic leadership, and it does. Wintana has a bright future, that's an understatement, as a leader wherever she continues after her time at Case Western. We were lucky to have her these past 4 years. Wintana, we wish you success in what lies ahead, and we thank you for the impact you have made on this university. And it gives me great pleasure to present to you the President's Award. Let's go get our picture. Take this in.
What a wonderful night. What a wonderful night. And I congratulate everybody again, and I will ask you all to stand in 1 second, but there was one other person I wanted to introduce tonight who has been a huge advocate for students in the short year that she has been here, has come to student events and has been a wonderful partner for all that we do, and that's Karen Kaler. So Karen, thank you. Now, I'd also like to have another round of applause for the amazing group of students in this room. And I am going to go off script and say, Suzanne, I'm going to miss you. And once again, a round of applause for Suzanne. Thank you so much to all of the student leaders who bring a passion and commitment to making our campus and community better. You, your organizations, and the programs you host make Case Western Reserve University the place that it is, and make me excited for the future of our institution. Please join me in thanking the Office of Student Activities and Leadership staff, particularly, as I said before, Sam, for organizing tonight's event to honor Case Western Reserve University student leaders. Congratulations again, and thank you to all of our attendees. Your support for our student leaders means so much. Have a great night, everyone.